A roar echoes through the Serengeti night. But it is not a declaration of victory. It is the sound of a king losing everything. Out there, challengers are drawing closer. The cubs are in danger. And a battle for power is about to begin. Across the endless plains of the Serengeti, life follows an ancient rule. Millions of zebras, wildebeest, and buffalo move constantly across this vast land. And for generations, no animal has symbolized the power of the savannah more clearly than the lion. Beneath the sparse shade of an acacia tree, Kibo is enjoying the greatest period of his life. For 3 consecutive years, he has maintained control over this vast territory, a rare achievement for a male lion in the Serengeti. His massive body is covered with old scars. Surrounding his neck and shoulders is a dark mane, a sign of maturity, health and strength. At the same time, this thick mane helps protect him during confrontations with rival males. But Kibo's most important duty is not hunting. He is the guardian of the territory. While the lionesses work together to hunt zebras and antelopes through patience and coordinated tactics, Kibo patrols the borders of the pride's range, ready to confront any intruder. Around him, the cubs are growing day by day. Under Kibo's protection, the pride remains safe. The territory still belongs to them. The Serengeti is home to millions of herbivores and the predators that stand at the top of the food chain. The lion's most persistent rival and challenger is the spotted hyena. One morning, the lionesses have just brought down an adult zebra. Not long afterward, the familiar high-pitched laughter begins to echo from the distance. A clan of spotted hyenas has discovered the meal. Much smaller than lions, spotted hyenas are nevertheless among Africa's most successful predators. They possess extraordinarily powerful jaws, strong enough to crush large bones and reach the nutrient-rich marrow inside. Living in clans that can number dozens of individuals, hyenas rely on cooperation and numbers to compete for food with larger predators. One by one, they appear along the edge of the grassland, cautious yet confident. They know that if they can catch the lions off guard, the group may be able to steal the hard-earned kill. That is when Kibo rises. His dark mane sways gently in the wind as the aging king walks toward the intruders. The scars covering his body are reminders of countless confrontations that have taken place on this land. A roar rings out across the open grassland. The confrontation ends before it truly begins. The hyenas stop, then slowly retreat. At that moment, Kibo's presence alone is still enough to protect his territory, his family, and his status on the Serengeti. But time never favors any king. As Kibo grows older with each passing day, beyond the borders of his territory, young warriors are quietly maturing, waiting for their own opportunity. For months, 2 young male lions have been appearing along the outskirts of this land. Brothers within the same coalition, they are in the prime of their lives, possessing the strength, speed, and boldness of youth. But instead of rushing into battle, they choose to watch and wait. Day after day, they observe Kibo's patrol routes, memorize his territorial markers, and wait for the moment the aging king reveals signs of weakness. Every distant roar is a test. Every set of tracks near the territorial boundary is a challenge. Kibo knows it. He knows the heirs are very close. And then, at last, the moment arrives. Kibo is defeated. When the confrontation ends, The aging king is forced to leave the land he has protected for years. For the lionesses, it marks the beginning of a new era. They remain behind and gradually accept the new dominant males because the stability of the pride determines the survival chances of the next generation. But the fate of the cubs is different. In lion society, the victors often eliminate the cubs, carrying the bloodline of their rivals. This behavior allows the females to return to their reproductive cycle more quickly and enables the new kings to pass on their own genes. Within a short time, Kibo's dynasty has almost completely disappeared. For the first time in more than 3 years of rule, Kibo walks without a territory to return to. The life of a solitary male lion is far harsher than the glorious days that came before. Without lionesses to assist in hunting, Kibo must find food on his own or compete for whatever remains in a world filled with rivals. Across the Serengeti, life continues to follow its familiar rhythm. Herds of Thomson's gazelles stand alert among the golden grasslands, their heads raised high and ears constantly turning to detect any unusual sound. Farther away, groups of zebras gather in large herds, relying on their numbers and sharp eyesight to spot danger from a distance. Meanwhile, Cape buffalo herds continue to move across the plains as massive black formations, always ready to unite against any predator that dares come too close. But for Kibo, that world has now changed. Age is beginning to leave unmistakable marks on the body that once dominated these grasslands. The hunts last longer. The bursts of speed become shorter. Successful meals grow increasingly rare. Every failure means losing more precious energy. While Kibo must carefully calculate every hunting opportunity, other predators continue with their own lives. In the shade of acacia thickets, a cheetah quietly drags its prey into nearby cover, trying to protect its hard-earned meal from the opportunists constantly lurking nearby. Above the plains, vultures circle on rising columns of hot air. With exceptionally sharp eyesight, they can detect carcasses from several kilometers away and are often among the first creatures to arrive when a hunt has ended. Within this vast ecosystem, Kibo is now nothing more than a solitary individual trying to adapt to a new chapter of his life. Researchers call this the exile period, a stage that most formerly dominant male lions experience after losing their throne. Some individuals will seek allies and attempt to return to the competition for power. Others continue wandering across the grasslands, surviving on the experience accumulated throughout their lives. Kibo chooses to keep moving. Not to reclaim the kingdom he lost, but simply to survive in a Serengeti that is constantly changing and has never granted special privileges to any king. When the first seasonal rains arrive in the north, the greatest migration on Earth begins once again. Hundreds of thousands of zebras and more than 1 million wildebeest move out together, forming immense rivers of life, stretching all the way to the horizon in search of more fertile grazing grounds. Kibo continues his own journey as well. After losing his territory and pride, the aging king has nothing left to protect except his own life. His only goal now is to survive in a wild world that has never shown mercy to those weakened by age. For many days, Kibo quietly follows the migrating herds northward. That journey eventually brings him to the Mara River, one of the most dangerous places in the entire Serengeti ecosystem. Every year, hundreds of thousands of herbivores must cross this river to continue their migration. But beneath the murky water lurk giant Nile crocodiles, among the largest predatory reptiles in Africa and the most feared ambush hunters of the Mara. Some individuals exceed 5 meters in length and weigh nearly a ton. Their eyes and nostrils are positioned on top of their heads, allowing them to remain almost completely submerged while silently observing every movement on the river's surface. Thousands of pressure-sensitive receptors along their jaws enable them to detect even the slightest vibrations produced by prey. Most of the time, the crocodiles remain almost completely motionless. They conserve energy through remarkable patience, capable of waiting for hours or even days for the right opportunity. But when the Great Migration begins and thousands of wildebeest plunge into the river, these ancient predators enter the most important period of the year. They drift silently with the current, exposing only their eyes above the surface, as they wait for the moment when an animal loses focus or is swept away from the herd by the powerful flow. For the creatures trying to reach the opposite bank, the danger does not come only from the rushing water. Sometimes it is lying silently beneath their feet. Standing on the banks of the Mara, Kibo seems to understand the dangers that lie ahead. But now, age, old wounds, and months of wandering alone have taken a heavy toll on him. Suddenly, a massive crocodile explodes upward from the depths like a lightning strike. After a brutal struggle, the monster finally releases its grip and disappears into the murky water. Kibo eventually reaches the opposite bank. The aging king stands silently at the water's edge for a moment before continuing his journey toward new grasslands. His life has changed. He is no longer the king of a vast territory, no longer responsible for patrolling borders or protecting a pride, but that does not mean the story is over. Somewhere across the Serengeti, newborn lion cubs are taking their first steps. Young male coalitions are beginning their search for territories of their own, and new struggles for power are quietly taking shape across the grasslands. And not only among lions, within African elephant herds, young calves are also growing under the guidance of experienced matriarchs. They will learn how to find water, remember migration routes, and continue journeys that have been passed down through generations. The rainy season will eventually pass. The wildebeest herds will once again return south. The Mara River will continue to witness dramatic crossings year after year. In nature, not every story ends in victory. Sometimes success is simply continuing to survive. And at this moment, Kibo is still walking across the Serengeti. Today, these wildlands face challenges unlike anything before. In just over a century, Africa's wild lion population has declined from approximately 200,000 individuals to fewer than 25,000, while their habitat continues to shrink due to human activity. Even so, there is still hope. Across Africa, protected areas and conservation efforts are helping preserve one of the most extraordinary ecosystems on Earth. Because when we protect these wild landscapes, we are not only protecting lions, elephants or rhinos. We are protecting a story that has been written through millions of years of evolution and continues to unfold to this very day.